Fight on!
Yo everyone, what up? Welcome back to Top Tier Arcade. My name is Steve, and you're back in my parents' garage because in this video we're going to be taking a look at the Neo-Geo 6-slot Part 2, which is the cabinet. I've been excited about this video. In theory, I've been working on it for a while because if you guys haven't checked out my Neo-Geo restore on this, I did a 3-part series, and there will be more in the future we'll get to in a moment. And if you haven't checked those out, probably a good idea to check it out to see how it started and what it's like now and what I want it to be. So without further ado, I'm going to pick you up momentarily. We're going to go around the cabinet, look inside, look at the games with the 6-slot PCB. Obviously you can now see the 6 games that I've been building up. I've kept them a little secret, and I was going to do them one at a time, but I'm thinking, you know what, I want you to show you the cabinet. I want to see it kind of complete and up and running. So I'm going to pick you up on momentarily, tell you what I've really done, and we'll open it and check it out and let you know what I want to be doing to it in the future and later on when I fully restore it. So why don't I pick you up and let's take a look at the cabinet. Okay, so here's the Marquee, which is a unique one for Neo-Geo, especially for the 6-slot, which is kind of rare. And with the interesting part about the Neo-Geo Marquee is the Neo-Geo Marquee, I mean right there, it's not traditionally lit up. So what usually happens is when you pick a game, it'll be individually lit up based on what game you choose through 1 through 6. And you can select that with the select button right there. Now, the interesting part is that's not lit up. So what I was thinking is later on, and I've seen this mod before, I do want to put a light behind the Neo-Geo. Now, either it's an LED light, which is a lot more inexpensive, or whether, you know, they won't be incandescents, that's old school. But what I do want to do is, why don't we actually take a look at this? So, that's inside again. If you guys, this was all smoke-filled and dirty. Behind here, it was filthy. I've cleaned it very well. You can see that in the video. Again, I taped that warning label. Speakers work great. Actually, you know what? Out of all the things while I've been playing the Neo-Geo off camera and on camera with my cousins, brothers, and everyone else, stereo sound is outstanding. This has stereo sound. It's amazing, honestly. And you'd think back in like the early 90s when this came out, this revolutionized it, man, because I don't think there was a lot of stereo games, to be very honest, and the ones at least that I have. So honestly, stereo was amazing. Wow, it sounds amazing on this. So speakers work well. Here's obviously my 6 games: Art of Fighting, Samurai Showdown, Fatal Fury, World Heroes, Bust a Move or Puzzle Bobble, and the 161-1 card. So the AEL panels behind these do not slot 3. So Samurai Showdown will work, faint. World Heroes, Bust a Move, and the 160-1. So they're faint and they're working. But they're very faint and they do need replacements. Now, me and Retro Rich, if you guys check out my Part 3 video, The Restore, I've left all of his information there. He's from the United Kingdom, and he has a Neo-Geo 6-slot, but his is the European version, I'm pretty sure, and it looks a lot different than the American version. So if you want to check that out, go ahead and hit that. But either way, he has found a replacement for the AEL panels, which look great. They're a little expensive, but I will not be changing them yet. Eventually I will be. That's 100%. When, I don't know, because again, and you're going to hear me saying this often during this video, so I might just say it now once and for all as a blanket statement, is the reason I didn't restore the entire thing yet is because it's in my parents' garage and will be for the for the future within the next maybe year or two. I don't know yet. So for me to really restore it now and paint it and whatever else, it doesn't make sense because it might get dirty while we're playing, especially the buttons. So going back to the AEL panels, I'm not going to do them yet because, again, it's going to be in the cold. I don't want them to screw up. And Rich was saying it'd be neat if somehow we wired in from one of those wires, I assume, and I put the Surelight is the replacements he's used in the company, and they look awesome. You can, again, check that out in the video. But either way, he's saying, yeah, Surelight can ideally make a big AEL panel for this. So this will always be on, and it has kind of that full. It's not like an LED light where in the middle it just lights that, and it's, you know, almost like that. The EL panels light the entire thing evenly, and it looks very clean. So I'm wondering, is there kind of a mod that we can do, which apparently there is, that we can run it and have an EL panel, but a big one, which I know is going to be big money, so that's always on, and then whatever game you have on as well. I think that'd look very sharp. So again, something in the future we'll look into. So that's the marquee, that's the games, and again, to be played in the next videos and also replaced for the EL panels. Next, if you guys can see you're going to see me filming here, and it's actually cold right now. I'm going to say this quick. Right now it's cold in Toronto. Like yesterday, Detroit got snow. It's cool here. And I'm like, what is happening? But the next week, it's going to be perfect. Of course, when I don't want to film or I can't film it. Either way. Again, I restored this. You guys can see it in the video. The monitor has no burn-in. It's hard. No burn-in. It does need a cap kit. The actual shroud around it was dirty. It's in good condition other than... the reflection's terrible, huh? Yeah, this is bad reflection. Anyways, you see that tear? What I want to do is maybe glue that and then paint it, but again, not yet. So I got the bad glare, but there it is. This part around it is the wooden part, and there was the sticker on there. Again, all this is in the restore, and I'm going to paint this black eventually, the wooden panel behind it. Here's the actual CPO, the control panel overlay. Obviously, this is the most used and used and actual wear, and that's going to definitely be painted later on. But again, for right now, it's good. I've cleaned up the buttons for now. They look to be okay. So you can obviously see cigar burn, or excuse me, I wish there were cigar burns, cigarette burns in there. You can also see them, you know, up there as well. So again, what I will do later on is take these out, take these bolts out, and then once I replace all the buttons, which do work, they're pretty good, the buttons work, they stuck, I cleaned them. Just for now, again, I'm going to be replacing the entire thing and wiping it, and hopefully that's salvaged. If I ever find a really cheap, you know, one that looks better, that like an original plastic one, I might get, but right now I'm going to work with what I have. This is obviously something that I will have to paint and address. The headphones work. The memory card, I'm not sure, but that's something, again, I want to address. This is original, everything. I'm going to wipe, there's some glue here, whatever. I'll wipe that down another time. I thought I got that when I did my restore. Anyways, it's not a big deal. So, you know, that works. You know, this is original paint, and everything looks decent. I mean, you can see some discoloration on the black there. I drilled out I undid this coin door. These are new. That was a pain. If you guys want to laugh, look at the part 2 when I drill it out. That's always fun. And I got heat about it again. Damn thing doesn't work. The coin lights I replaced. So when we open this, coin lights, I replaced those. Those work beautifully. Again, I'm going to go in there and clean these later on. There's all the keys that came. These are the new locks. These are the old original keys for the top. There's the inside. You know, it's a couple of quarters. There's the inside of that. Again, I just did a decent clean, nothing too thorough. In there, again, there's the counter. How much is that? 84,765. Again, service test, the main. Now, this does not work, and Sasha did tell me, so he was honest about it. He said whoever the operator was, they actually, they turned it like this doesn't work. So I may be hooking that back up. It doesn't matter to me. I plugged them in anyways, but again, if I can do it, that's might be something in the future. These holes, so and you know, CoinMech's work. We'll try them later with both American and Canadian quarters. What I usually do here is I don't Bondo it. Not that, I mean, it might be a little intimidated. I've never done it, but really, what I might do, what I do with my other games, and I'm going to put like a security bolt or whatever, and just like a black one there, and then and I'll color one red. So that's going to come in the near future. So that's the front of the game. Again, the sides, they have the protective metal kind of studs or whatnot on the side, so those are good. So that's the front of the game. Let's go to this side. So looking at a wide angle, everything looks pretty good. So that's like a quick pan of the side. Obviously, that's the most wear in the game is this. You know, should I paint it? I'll get to that momentarily. You can see some red there. And a little fox ear, whatever, you know, on the side. You know, that curls. That, again, I can just, because literally I can just push that and whatever. So that's curling. Now, out of a funny thing, you see this greater than 3 or the L3, whatever it was. That was hugely evident when I first got it, and I actually used toothpaste, believe it or not, and it wasn't adhesive. It wasn't too rough on it, and it stuck. And I thought it was an adhesive, and I took it off, and it worked. It took a lot of the Sharpie off. If you guys want to check it out, go ahead and check. That's a fun home remedy that did actually work. Before we go to the back, why don't we go to the other side? Okay, so we're on. The lighting. Anyways, okay, so sorry for the lighting on this side, but obviously this side's actually a lot better. Like what you're seeing, it's just red, it's smooth. No discoloration, nothing on that. This side's more mint than the other one. And then I'll take it to the back. So here's the back of the cab. Again, I wiped it down. What you're seeing now is actually when I did wipe it, I used something that was a little rough, so it did take some of the old paint away with all the dirt. It's okay. There is the FCC rules or whatever. I'm on focus. I've never seen that before. That looks to be... Now, I don't know if that's the serial number. I don't see any other literature inside or anything that matches the 5943 that you see right there. It's an original sticker. So normally with my cabinets, I always have the serial number. So because I don't know any better and I don't know if there's another one that I should look for, I don't see one, I'm going to use that as the serial number. I could be wrong, but it says manufactured by SNK, so that's good enough for me. So here's the back of the cabinet. So there's the door for the monitor, and then there's the back door for the PCB and where the fan and the other components are. And there's, obviously the computer grade power supply that leads. I've already unlatched these for you to make it easier for us. So let's do that. Okay. Shoot. All right, let's do this first. So here's the 25-inch monitor. You know what? I cleaned inside here pretty well. Pretty well. The one thing I did not do is clean the actual tube, and the only reason I didn't is because I will be capping this monitor. It seems to be it came out of a midway cabinet. As you can see there, came out of a... Is that going to focus? It's okay. Well, it's a midway cabinet. The screen looks great, honestly. I think it does need a cap kit. I mean, it won't... This is something that will be happening when I... Again, restore it incompletely, so I want to put the games down. I want them capped and ready to go for years of entertainment and, hassle-free. I found my screwdriver. It's right behind me. So let's get in there. Okay. So here's the back of the cabinet. Sorry for the shaky work here. All right, so beautiful, huh? There is and we'll go in the front now and unlatch it. I've already unlatched it. So actually, you know what? I'll do that now because we'll do that now. So I've unlatched it. There is the inside of the control panel. I'm telling you, these PCBs look mint. You can see some rust there. I did clean it. To be honest, not a big deal for me. Honestly, they're controls. That's the original instructions. It looks good. This was absolutely filthy when I first opened it. Again, no clickbait. If you guys want to check it out, please do so. How dirty it was inside. There's the 6 games. Again, Art of Fighting, Samurai Showdown, Fatal Furies, that one with the RIP label, World Heroes, Puzzle Bobble or Bust a Move, and the 161 and 1. Now, before I get to the back and show you more of it, a quick understanding. All the games except Fatal Fury work. And I'll give you a quick understanding on why Fatal Fury does not work. I have said it I've posted it online, and I did make a video of me trying to fix Fatal Fury. A quick understanding is I ordered it to finish all my 6 games, and I had to order it before I started shooting this video. And the problem was, when I did so, I ordered it from someone from the US, or he said he was in the US, but he ended up sending it from Mexico. Now, nothing against Mexico and them and, you know, all that deal, or the buyer, or the seller, excuse me, but the problem was, when he sent it, it got stopped at Mexican border customs. And apparently where this guy lives, it's very heavy drug trafficking. This is a true story. And it got not only stopped at the border, but it was actually, now I don't want to take it out yet. You see those extra holes? I'm trying to get my finger in here. You see right there where my tip is? Okay, those are not supposed to be there. So what they did was, the genius idiot who was there drilled into the game thinking there was cocaine or contraband. And they drilled into it, and it destroyed the PCB inside. I've tried to fix it. I was unable to. That was a fail. So I do have to get a new one, so this does not work. I wanted to just put it in here to have it for you for filming, but we'll play later on when I do the review of all the games. I will be using, unless I get it in time, and I don't think so, I'm going to be using the multi-cart version, which works perfectly. I've tried it. Instead of the Fatal Fury, and then I'll just plug it in when I get the actual cart. So unfortunately, you know, I did get my money back, but I would have rather paid. I didn't want that guy to go through all the hell, or me. But now it's a pain in the ass, you know. And when he called Mexico City border, they said, you know, it's a $40 game, you know, converted with Canadian money is around $50 with shipping, whatnot. And you know, it sucks because it made a big delay, and you know, everybody kind of got screwed, and the government get away with it. He called them, and they said too bad. You know, if you want to go through it, you're gonna have to wait. And he said, you're really, for $40, it's so corrupt there, it's a waste of time. So that's the inside of the cab, and that's the 6 games. That's the PCB. I've removed the battery. Again, I show that in my part 3 of my video. I did not replace it again for the reason that it's not in this final resting place. So I will be doing that later. Come unstuck. Let's head to the back again. So there's the PCB. It's a beast. I cleaned it as much as I can. It looks great. The inside looks pretty good. You know, again, if you guys want to check out how dirty it was filthy. But again, you know, it cleaned up nice. A shout out to Retro Rich again. Rich, thank you. He mentioned because the EL panels are not getting full, I guess, voltage, because it's not working, like they're not fully working. He said to me, probably a good idea that the driver board, that it's working because they're faint. Why don't you go ahead and unplug it? It's not going to hurt your gameplay, and it's going to do is help preserve the driver board for later when you do it. And why don't you unplug it? So I've unplugged that. That's the driver board. So that looks great again, and then the rest of it very straightforward. All the connectors, and that's the back. So again, that's the remember the AC voltage that I said doesn't work. So I guess this is probably it, if I'm not mistaken. It kind of makes sense. Will I plug it in? I don't know. I don't even know where it plugs in, I'll be honest, because that is the connector for the fan. Now this power supply needs replacing. I understand, I know where to get it, but the thing is, I did test it. Other than the fan being a little loud, because it like goes and it later stops, I might hit WD-40 with it just for now. Later on, I'm going to replace this around, again, $50. I know where to get it. But again, it's outputting 5 volts steadily. The 12 volts there as well. I see no gameplay issues. I've talked to friends. They said if it's working, it's good to replace it. But to be honest, so far I'm not going to replace it. I might just buy one later on, and then I'll just have it, and then I'll put it in either, you know, it's easy. It's literally 2 plugs, that one, and I'm done. So that's going to be coming. So I will replace this just to make sure. And that's pretty much the inside and outside of the cabinet. The debate was for myself, do I paint the cabinet? So I've painted black on the cabinets before, and they've gone through very successfully on my Street Fighter 3 Third Strike and others, and they turned out very well. Now the thing is, should I paint it? Will anyone see the back? I don't know. You know, will help cover that? That's 100%. The problem is, if I paint it black, which is no problem, can I match the red here? And if I take a chip and that's done, can I then find the white and then match that, and then for me to stencil it? The only thing I'm thinking is I might just do the black, but again, it's going to look so new, and then that's going to look a little ratty. Other than, you know, the greater than 3 or, you know, little scuffs, that actually looks kind of cool. Should I do it? Is this Battle Scars? It looks more legit. I don't know yet. The only thing that concerns me is I have a shaky hand, and I used to be a painter, believe it or not, like a home painter. Maybe I'll get my wife to do it. Maybe if I slowly do that. The only thing is, the only reason I don't want to do this is it's going to look fake. It's going to look like a decal. It's going to look silly. I don't know yet. I don't, because if I do the red and a black and I leave this with marks, it's going to look stupid. So I don't know. That's not a big deal for me. Will I do the black? Maybe, but again, then I don't want to leave it kind of half done. So that's my mentality. Well, let me know your thoughts on it. So let me just close the control panel here. So that's pretty much the cabinet. So what I'll do is I want to turn it on just for you guys to see it. So I'm going to come back. I'm going to close the garage door. We'll plug it in just to check it out. Alright, dude. So what I'll do is let me plug the game in and show you how it looks when it first loads up. If you can hear that, I'll shut up. So if you can hear the fans, you know, doing its thing. Now, often when I plug this in, it comes to the 161-and-1 game. So I guess whatever you plug in is whatever it filters. But normally it's the 161-and-1 card. So the way it works is, this is just showing, you know, the demonstration of the game. Now, what I do is, when I coin up, when I go in here and hit the coin, here's where you get to choose. So then you press select game, Samurai Showdown. Now it should be Fatal Fury, but again, it's broken, so it doesn't recognize, and it jumps to World Heroes. So, World Heroes, bust the move, and then the 161-and-1. Now, so that's, see, it wants to load to Fatal Fury, but it doesn't. Oh, we're going to run out of time. And then to SNK. Now, I'm going to just choose SNK plus versus Capcom, whatever, as just one of the games. So it loads, this is the game that it's loading into. And then you just coin it. Well, sorry, no. You go to the game you want, you coin it, and then you have 30 seconds. There should be sound in World Heroes. I have to adjust the card. And then from there, SNK is there, and you press 1. So that's pretty much the setup and how it works. This is a tough game. Love this game, though. Very, very cool. So that's pretty much the setting it up. I am upset. Oh, really quick. Now I'm going to review this fully. So I don't want to kind of give it away, or, you know, it's all over the place. I'm definitely not the first or last. Would you press and hold the left player start, or one player, for 5 seconds, it kicks out of the cart. And, you know, it goes back, you know, to the menu, but you have to pick another game. Or, no, that would make sense, because if I then press add a quarter, or add a coin, no, I still have to play this one. Anyways, that's fine. Well, that's interesting. Do I? I guess I do. Either way. So, I haven't gone through all the settings yet. I did put it on free play, but it was causing an issue because every time it thinks it's quartered up, now maybe I was going back and forth and I was a little confused. It would always stick on this game. It wouldn't go from the 161-and-1. So I don't know if that's me, just have to reseat it, or I screwed something up. I like my game on CoinUp. It's kind of cool hearing the quarters. The cabinet does work. So if, like, again, on my my part 3 video, I do show the quarters working, you know, both American and Canadian. And that's pretty much it. Why don't I set you up? Alright everyone, that's going to do it. So that was the Neo-Geo 6-slot part 2, the cabinet. I hope you guys liked it. If I missed anything, please let me know in the comments. Anything else you need from me, please do so. Before I forget, 2 things. If you're watching and you have the manual for the Neo-Geo 6-slot, please let me know. Now, before you go on like the site, there is one out there, but that's for the European or Japanese one. Like you could see it has like, it doesn't look the same as this one. There is one that is MVS -25 or -6-25 because it's 6-slot 25-inch monitor. I need that one. I've seen it in other like one little video quick that someone had it. If you guys know where to get that, please let me know. I'll give you a finder's fee, or if you have it, I'll pay a little extra just because you're helping me. So I do want to find that, but again, the PDF that you're finding online through all the websites, if you type it into Google, it's not that one. I want the one, the service manual. I've seen it online, but I haven't been able to get one. Second thing is the marquees. The mini marquees came from arcademarquee.com. They're awesome. Fair price, quick delivery, and they ship pretty quickly. Great product. They look awesome. I've also ordered, and I'll pick you up and show you, a replacement for my Mortal Kombat Marquee and my Killer Instinct. But they were they were great. So guys, that's going to wrap it up. I'll show you in a second this, but that's going to wrap it up. Please subscribe if you haven't. There's more coming, because in the next videos now, this is unique, because normally I have part 3 of the game I have, so you can see all my other videos are the same. I have part 3, which is the game review, so I review the games. Now, the Neo-Geo, it's not a 1-slot, but it's a 6. Like, you know, there's a 1, 2, 4, and 6. Now, the irony with this one is, it's more than one game. So what I'm thinking of doing, so it doesn't become redundant, is I'll do my part 3, but I'll do all 6. I'll do part 3 Art of Fighting, part 3 Samurai Shodown, to review my 6 games, because these are going to stay. I don't often switch them because I have a multi-card, unless there's something else that comes out that is even more. And the next video is going to be the Neo-Geo 6-slot part 3, the game review, Art of Fighting. And I'm not going to do a part 5 on each game. That'd be stupid. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a quick understanding on how much the games cost. Yeah, you already know how much this costs. It's in my pickup. Sorry. I'm going to tell you how much, I'm going to take the content, how am I going to say this? I'm going to take the content of all of my 5 videos and put them in a mini video, they won't be too long, of each game, how much I picked it up for, about the game, a quick review, some gameplay, and some memories. Won't be too long. I'm going to do that for all 6 games, show you how to use it, show you the hardware. And then part 4 will be the memories, which is great, about the cabinet itself and how that was. And later on, gameplay of other games I want to show you that are huge favorites of mine. So that's going to wrap it up. Let me quickly just take you, and I'll show you the sweet marquees. I just put them in. So that's my Mortal Kombat 1. If you guys want to check out my videos, which one of my first, they had like almost... they almost look like stretch marks, you know, and they were kind of cracking there from the cold. So that looks beautiful, and again, good price from arcademarquee.com. And the Killer Instinct prior was just paper printed. That looks sweet. So those look great. I'm going to try them out later tonight and see if they look okay. I'm sure they will. So they look awesome. So that's about it, guys. Thanks again for checking out Top Tiers. If you have anything, let me know. And it's been a pleasure again. All the best. Peace.